Here I got the day chart for FLDM, strong bull flag. You see a spike from 224 on pretty much no volume all the way up to 439 at one point, heading back down to 312, bouncing back up to 375-ish, where it found support around 324, 325-ish. The 50 SMA pushed all the way up to 330-ish at the end of the day, but the 200 SMA still at $2.53. So when this first happened, there was no way I was going to chase up here, even though it looked very strong. It spiked here. Instead of heading back down, it actually pushed more. I told myself I'd wait for the twos, but after looking at the chart from a longer distance back with so many gaps, I decided to get in around, I got in at 324, and I added a little bit after hours on the dump. But push over VWAP and got rejected, but it held the 50 SMA in the end of the day. And the VWAP settled at 354 on 17,678,000 volume. So the reason usually I wouldn't buy a stock 50% up on the day to hold over the weekend, but just a few things what I liked here. So we go back on the 14, there's not much going on. So let's go to the daily and go 100 day. So bam, right here. There's gonna be some resistance at 250. And then here what we're fighting right now is just 330 from this area. And from when this was sub 4, it's becoming resistance. So I think we need to get up and then test this area. So my first price target is going to be around 380-ish, 380 I'll say. $4 will be my second one, 420, and then 440. Beyond that, it's also interesting. There's a lot of gas in this chart. So in July it was a $12 stock, and so with the news I'm gonna go over, this is an interesting setup. So after that 440, my next points are gonna be let's say right here, what's this? 450, 485, 520, and then we'll say 550-ish. If it can clear all over that and get over this 590, 585-ish point, I mean, geez, there shouldn't be that much resistance to around 7, and then from there, there's a gap from 7 to around 1075, 11-ish. I'm not saying it's gonna go up there, but that's what caught my eye: the volume in the news and these gaps. So let's look back at the week though, see what I'm risking. If I'm in a 324, it's a risky play, I'm not gonna lie. Could have waited, I maybe should have waited and loaded in the morning, but who knows what this could do in pre-market. It could dump or it could rise rapidly, these type of plays. So you go, if it can't hold that 320-ish area in pre-market, I won't be scared to just take a little loss and then re-add in the pre-market dip, the morning panic, and look for maybe a 285. If it breaks under 3, add. If it breaks under that, I won't add until 250. If it breaks under that, which I don't think it will, I really don't think it will, so I'm not even going to discuss it. So let's go over the news now. This was the news. U.S. germ warfare research leads to new early COVID-19 test. Scientists working at, I'm not going to read this, but you get the point. They're claiming their test can come out a lot earlier than the other ones. potentially diagnose people before they're even contagious, so be a huge advantage. And look at this potential for the U.S. to carry out 1 million tests, starting with 100,000 daily in May. Here you go. We could have an exceptional demand, says Chris, the chief executive of Fluidigm, whatever it is, California life scientist technology company that is part of the project. So it's also worth noting they're not necessarily behind everything behind this. They're a part of it. So here, Seek and Alpha take on it. They're up 54% on potential early blood test for coronavirus. Could possibly detect the presence as early as 24 hours after the infection. It's about 4 days earlier than current assays by looking at the body's immune response to the virus. If FDA signs off for emergency use, so that's worth noting. If that is a PR, that will spike this hard. And it's also worth noting this isn't an official PR yet. So if that comes, that would be another great catalyst. So those are positives. I look back at the last 10Q, and as of April 13th, they have 70,706,000 shares. And so there was 17 million traded up about half that day on Friday. So that's interesting. Oh, and I also gotta look, check this out. See a lot of people talking about this on stock tweets. Look at this. The insiders own 92.5% of the shares, if this is accurate, which is pretty nutty. So back to this, look at this. This is a negative or positive, I don't know. But on February 14th, they did do this offering at $315, $50 million worth of. So maybe that's part of the resistance. I couldn't find a filing saying that the offering is closed, so maybe they're still diluting here. As we saw right there with the FinViz, it said 47 million shares outstanding, and that last 10Q had the 70, so that's 30 million. Which is what? That's more than these shares, so maybe they're done. I don't know. So this is interesting. Also on February 26th, they completed this. A company to do high perimeter mass. You see it. So I wonder if this was a part of a plan. They see this coming. Here's their update. Support from their page supports the global. I like this. It says a single platform can test 6,000 samples in a 24-hour using established CDC and WHO methods with lower reagent requirements than comparable systems. So they're definitely addressing this issue. Another negative thing I wanted to address was this type of stuff. Can the Man is on here saying this news could cause a CREX type of move. Where we look back, we all know what CREX did. $84 to 4, so we're at 500%. The problem with that is, I mean, who knows? Maybe it could, but when you start telling people something's going to run 500%, you set up expectations. You get the wrong traders behind it. You get weak hands. You don't want to trade with these people. You got to think this fool has 30,000 followers. He is a good trader. That's because of that. People follow him, but bad traders follow him. And good shorts take note and follow him too. So he's bringing shorts to it. Possibly more money on the short side than he is bringing bull money, from what I've learned on this, watching stock twits for 2 years very intently. So that's worth noting. So this is a play where if you have profits, you take them. You could always get back in on a dip, or if it holds, you get at the same place. You don't want to put a bunch of money and have it flash back down here to that 250 point, I'm telling you, and be down instantly, 33% or more. So it's safe. So it's looking safe. You can look at this. Say that needs to hold a minute, it breaks, you sell, and then you buy at the bottom on confirmation of a bounce. Alright, that's it for me. I'll see you guys next week.